Dear friends, this is Dr. Vijay Alexander from MAG TNPSC Academy. Let us discuss key current affairs for December 25th, 2024. The Parker Solar Probe, launched by NASA to study the Sun, is set to pass closer to the Sun than ever before. During its close pass, the probe is expected to experience temperatures of up to 1700 degrees Fahrenheit. However, reports indicate that the probe's outer layer is designed with a carbon composite material to keep its internal components at room temperature. President Draupadi Murmu will present the Rashtriya Bal Puraskar Award to 17 children who have excelled in various fields. Boys 7, girls 10. This award is given annually on Veer Bal Divas, December 26th, to children who have excelled in fields such as arts and culture, bravery, innovation, science and technology, social service, sports, and environmental conservation. Prime Minister Modi will launch the Subhashit Panchayat scheme to enhance nutrition in villages. Veer Bal Divas is celebrated to encourage the contribution of the younger generation to national development. The Ministry of Women and Children Development has stated that the Rashtriya Bal Divas and Subhashit Panchayat initiatives aim to nurture the younger generation into responsible citizens. Of the total 7 million job applications received this year, 40%, that is 28 million, were from women, marking a 20% increase from the previous year. Union Home Minister Amit Shah will inaugurate a newly formed 10,000 multifunctional startup agricultural cooperative society focused on dairy and fisheries. The central government stated that these societies aim to ensure the reach of government schemes to villages and simplify agricultural loan procedures through panchayats. The Uttar Pradesh court has summoned Asaduddin Owaisi, the leader of the All India Majlis-e-Ittihad-ul Muslimin, that is AIMIM, and member of parliament for raising pro-Palestine slogans in parliament. He has been accused of violating constitutional laws by chanting Jai Palestine in parliament. The Ministry of Mines has requested the Geological Survey of India to re-examine the proposed tungsten mining site in Aritapatti, Madurai. The Mines and Minerals Amendment Act 2023, which was enforced on August 17th, grants the central government exclusive rights to auction critical minerals like tungsten under Section 11D. The role of the Central Mining Department is limited to auctioning critical minerals for economic development, while state governments handle mining licenses, lease agreements, and permissions. All revenue generated from mining activities will go to the respective state governments. The Congress party has filed a petition in the Supreme Court against the recent amendment to the Election Conduct Rules of 1961 by the central government. The amendment restricts public access to electronic election documents, including CCTV footage, live recordings of polling stations, and video records of candidates. The birth anniversary of tribal freedom fighter Birsa Munda is celebrated as Janjadiya Gaurav Divas, Tribal Pride Day. Former Prime Minister Atal Bihari Vajpayee's birth anniversary falls on December 25th. The stability of a country's economy is measured based on its import export trade balance. A perfect trade balance does not exist in international trade. If exports exceed imports, a trade surplus occurs, whereas if imports exceed exports, a trade deficit occurs. India's trade deficit, which was approximately $27.1 billion in October, surged to a record $38 billion in November. Exports fell from $39 billion in October to $32 billion in November, while imports rose by 27% to $69.95 billion. This data highlights the challenges India faces in managing trade balance. Non-petroleum exports increased by 7.75% compared to the previous year. The decline in export value rather than volume is evident. Exports of electronic goods, rice, engineering machinery, and spare parts have increased. In November, electronic goods exports rose by 54% and engineering related exports by 13.7%. Traditional exports like diamonds, gemstones, and jewelry have seen a decline. Imports increased by 8.35% between April and November, reaching a peak of $70 billion in November. Crude oil imports remain a major factor behind India's growing trade deficit. Gold plays a significant role in India's imports. While gold imports for jewelry production and export are acceptable, a considerable amount is imported for personal and investment purposes. Gold imports surged from $3.4 billion in November last year to around $15 billion this November. The services sector remains a bright spot. The contribution of the services sector, which stood at 28 billion in November last year, rose to $36 billion this year, boosting India's exports. A rising trade deficit weakens currency value, while the Reserve Bank of India has substantial foreign exchange reserves to manage the situation. Prolonged deficits could erode investor confidence. To control the deficit, India must promote manufacturing and increase exports while reducing reliance on imports. Measures such as expanding renewable energy usage to cut crude oil imports, curbing gold imports, and supporting export oriented industries will help reduce the trade deficit. The Reserve Bank of India has warned that free welfare schemes announced by several states in their budgets may divert funds from essential socio-economic infrastructure projects. The Tamil Nadu School Education Department has allocated 3.26 crore to district education officers to cover the monthly service charges for internet facilities in government high and higher secondary schools. The state's commercial tax revenue has increased to 99,875 crore this fiscal year, according to Commercial Taxes and Registration Minister P. Murthy. The free treatment coverage under the Innur Innuir Kappom Nammai Kakkum 48 scheme has been increased to rupees 2 lakh. This scheme, launched on December 18, 2021, aims to provide immediate medical assistance to road accident victims. It is implemented in 500 accident-prone areas near selected private and government hospitals. Under this scheme, those who admit accident victims to hospitals receive Rs 5,000. The scheme covers all individuals, including non-residents and foreigners, providing free treatment within the first 48 hours, with the Tamil Nadu government covering up to Rs 1 lakh. Over the past 3 years, 3,20,264 accident victims have received free treatment under this scheme. At the National Conference of the Public Relations Society of India, 9 organizations from Tamil Nadu received awards. Thank you.